Another Flutter tutorial video. In this episode, we'll learn how to work with Dismissible widget and add contextual action to the payment card widget. So the idea in this video is to add a contextual action so the user can edit or delete the card from the list. So for that, let's apply some change inside of our payment card list widget. The change I want to do right here, instead of using this version of the for loop, let's use the version that will give us access to a variable for interaction. So right here, this will be of type int and call this index, and the initial position will be 0. Then we need to check if the index is less than cards dot to the length property. And lastly, we need to do an incrementation for each interaction. So right here, index plus plus. So then we need to change right here. Now instead of using this card, we need to call the cards list and then use a bracket and provide the index as an argument. So after that, the second change is to come right here, select this widget, and then wrap with a widget. So right here, let's call the dismissible widget. So for the dismissible widget, we need to provide a unique key for each item inside of our list. So come right here, call the key class, and here we can do cards list. Again, use the bracket, provide the index so we can get the current card. Then do dot and call this property right here, payment card ID. And then do a toString because this property is an int type. We need a string right here. So after that, we need to display the user the background for each option. So for that, we have this property right here, the background property, and then we have this secondary background property. These two properties will expect a widget as an argument. So we can come right here, use a container widget, and then apply some customization to this container widget, and also add an icon so a user knows this is for editing the card information. So first property I want to add is the margin property, called the agiliset.symmetric, and here call the property horizontal with the value of 8.0. Then we can call the correction property, called the box decoration. Let's define a background color. So for the editing, let's use the colors dot green. And also we can add border radius. Let's use border radius dot circular name constructor with the value of 15. After the box decoration, call the child property, and this will take a padding widget. Let's add a padding using the agiliset.all with a value of 16. Give it a comma, then call the child property. So we are able to see this widget. Let's use the row widget. Let's call the main X alignment with the value of start. And then for the children, let's call an icon widget. And here for the icon, let's use the icons dot the edit underscore outlining version. Give it a comma, and also let's add a color to it. Let's use color as white. So now you can copy this container widget right here. Copy and paste it right here for the secondary background. And now let's apply some changes to this container. First change is the color right here. Change it to red. And then for this row, the main X alignment, now the value will be end. And then we need to change the icon right here. So call this delete outline version of this icon. So save everything. So now when you swipe, you can see right here this container widget for editing. And now this the other one for deleting this card information. So we can notice right here we are able to dismiss it. But now if you try to do anything, we'll get an exception. I will show you how to solve this problem, but first of all, let's come right here. Here, let's flatten this widget. So come right here, extract method, make it private, and call this add build. And let's use edit card item. Let's do the same thing for this one. This will be add build. Now delete card item. So after this property, we also have this property right here, the direction property. And this will allow us to constrain this dismissible widget. So here you use it is a none right here, and then you provide the values that you want. You can have, we have down, end to start, horizontal, none, start to end, up, vertical, and we have values. So let's use right here end to start. When you save, we'll see you get this exception. This is because we dismissed this widget, but we didn't remove it from the list. So let's just reload, and afterwards I will show you how to solve this problem. So come right here. So you can see now we only are able to swipe from right to left. You can change to use right here start to end, and this will be the opposite. Or you can use right here horizontal, which allow us to dismiss from left to right and right to left. So after that, we need to call this method right here onDismissed callback method. It will take this dismiss direction as an argument. So right here you can do a condition to check what is the direction that the user swipe. So you can do right here direction equal to dismiss direction dot, let's say the value from start to end. We can do a question mark right here and call a method. So let's define two methods, one for editing and the other one for deleting the card. So this both will be of type void. Let's call right here, make it private, and call edit card item, and then void delete card item. Let's also make this one private. So right here we need to provide the card as an argument. So let's use the curly bracket so you can create named argument. So you can call right here require, and then call the payment card and call this card. So for the delete, we'll use right here the same thing, but we also need the index position of the card. So you can come right here, call this int, so require int, and call this index. So now copy and call it right here, and then provide the card as an argument. So usually you come right here for the edit. We need to go to a new page. So for now, we don't have a page defined to edit the card information. We'll learn how to do that in the next video. We'll also learn how to work with forms. So for now, let's just add a comment inside of these two methods. And for delete, usually you call a web service and you provide the card or the card ID as an argument so that we can remove it from the list. So right here, call web service to delete card from database. So now save everything. After you define your callback, so you don't get an exception as we get it before, we also need to remove this widget from the widget tree. To do that, you can call your list of cards and then call the method remove at, and you provide the index as an argument. So now save everything. So now when you swipe, you can see we are able to remove this card, and to edit, you are able to also remove this card afterwards. So this is it for this video. If you find this video useful, give a like and also subscribe to our YouTube channel so you can get notification when new videos are coming out. This is it. See you on the next one.